Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday morning from Aaron the Dog MMA here with a little impromptu surprise solo stream covering the final two MMA cards that I was able to look at for this Friday. Both actually happening to take place on UFC Fight Pass, and those are, as in the description, the Fury FC 57 card, which usually those are on Sunday. Superbowl Sunday. They moved to Friday. And the inaugural Showtime FC card, which is actually a pretty cool card. Unfortunately, with Showtime, don't have the lines, so it's going to be into the breakdown immediately following the Showtime FC breakdown. I will be doing the Fury FC breakdown. Fury does have lines available, so you know that I'm going to be out there definitely using that. So without any further ado, if this one's a little more brief, just because I have a little less information, especially without the odds here, but appreciate anybody who's checking out the breakdown this morning. It is an impromptu, yeah, we're definitely gonna enjoy some fights tonight. We got up and down on Fight Pass all night, so shout out to them. I am going to be starting with a fight. It is a catchweight fight at 140. I'm very, very excited about this. This one, I think that has the potential to be a fight of the night candidate. Honestly, I think a lot of these fights are very well matched up, but this one I particularly have my eyes on at 140 between two 1-0 guys that I think have a ton of promise. Tyler DeHaven taking on Keem Bashir here, the Dream, Akeem the Dream here. Tyler DeHaven, only 25 years old, fought mostly at bantamweight, had a brutal KO to end his amateur career and then continue that with a submission. But I will be breaking down American Top Team Atlanta's Keem Bashir first here, 33 years old. He did get a start later into MMA, has not fought since December of 2020, got a choke finish in his pro debut after losing a few decisions as an amateur, but overall pretty successful amateur career. Variety of finishes by rear naked choke, triangle, and also knockouts. Look to have a pretty good reach advantage on DeHaven. Both guys, I think have a ton of honestly potential, which I know is kind of weird to say about a 33-year-old. Time is a little bit now, but he really does. I really do like the way Akeem fights very freely, flowing between a lot of different disciplines, and does look like he could have a reach advantage here. Visceral, what up, man? Just decided I was looking at the last couple cards here, and I decided to give it a shot. So, just doing a little bit of breakdown this morning. Always good to see you, though. Thank you for joining us. Or me. It's not us. I'm used to saying us. But yeah, it's solo here. Just doing a quick preview of the Showtime card before we move on to the Fury card here. But yeah, we're in the Showtime FC preview. No odds available on these fights, but I think this is a potential fight of the night. I really do. Tyler DeHaven, he has some good tape. You can go back and look at it. Finn got a guillotine choke in October of 2021, so he has been more active. Amateur fought as a pro in 2021 when he got that knockout. It was of a 6-5 opponent, but it's a clean head kick knockout and really, really vicious. A lot of potential here in this fight for both guys. Really, really looking forward to it. But again, we don't have odds. My official pick would be DeHaven. I just think that his explosion and I think he's going to have a more of a dominant top game, but I could see a round where Bashir really is able to use the movement, use a little bit of his length here to make this a more frustrating fight for Tyler. Whoever wins this fight, I would keep your eyes on him even at 1-0. I think that this is a really good fight. So super excited about it. Well done there to start out the card. Then next on the card, we on Tapology, it is as the opener on the Showtime FC. It is the middle fight, so the third fight, but the second fight I'll be covering here, and really excited about this one. We've covered Brennan Crow on some other breakdowns. Not exactly gotten to see him fight yet, had some issues, but Manshur Kahara taking on Brennan Crow here in a fight that is another catchweight fight, but a ton of potential here in the 29-year-old Manshur Kahar, also known as the Punjabi Prince from Hoboken, New Jersey, 5'10", 74-inch reach for the 29-year-old, taking on the 5'10" Team Quest representative in 3-3 Brennan Crow. Broken him down on some LFA breakdowns and others. Definitely has had a colorful record so far. Has not fought since 2019, so his fight did fall through with Jose Avalos. He was supposed to fight back in November of 2021. I think there was weight issues on Brennan's side. Did come into this at a catchweight. He is coming into this on a 1-fight losing streak, 2-fight losing streak in boxing also, where he was KO'd in all 3 of the fights. He's been finished in 2 of his 3 losses, and he's gotten a couple finishes in his wins. He's a scrappy wrestler here. He's going against Kahara here. Really good looking wrestler, an overall prospect here. Even at 29 years old, had an impressive win over with Gamebred, knocked out his opponent inside of 2 minutes. Has had trouble just getting fights, has a lot of grappling bouts on his resume, has grappled with the likes of even Marcin Held, which you like to see. He beat a 1-2 opponent with Icon in January of this year. Took into the second round. Didn't exactly blow me away, but I think he's going to have a much better second showing here, maybe some jitters, but I think he could be someone to watch moving forward. Crow is experienced, but I like Kahara here. And yeah, as far as I know, that's a good question with the full rule set. I think it's pretty much going by the athletic commissions though. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know about replay and everything like that. So those are good questions, Visceral, as always. But yeah, I like Kahara here to kind of roll. Gonna move on to the next fight here. This is another one of the fights that there's, I think, several fights on this card that could be a fight of the night. This is a very high level fight, maybe not necessarily fight of the night, but Bubba Scheffel, also known as Jacob Scheffel, taking on Steven Seiler. I shouldn't have to do much of an overall review on Steven Seiler. He's been all over so many promotions and continues to do it here. The thing that stands out right away, 33-22-1. He's gonna have an experience edge on most fighters. Only 34 years old, still turning 35 actually on tomorrow. So we'll see if he can celebrate his birthday with a win here. But yeah, again, 33-22-1. longtime veteran, last fought in October of 2021, lost to Zach Zane, got knocked out pretty quickly in that one. Definitely a game to be a concern at this point. Not a great loss there at all. Rear naked choke win prior to that of a 9-2 Carson Hardman. But before that, I mean, he'd been going up against pretty tough levels of competition. Guys like Bobby King, who's gone on to have some success with Bellator, Will Brooks, Lance Palmer, Radzabanov. I mean, Jeremy Kennedy. No really easy fights here with PFL or other organizations here, but he's a good guy. He's very, very well rounded. He can do it all. He's a scrapper here. He's going against a guy in Bubba Scheffel who's definitely a specimen here, but Siler looks to be a good size in this fight here. It is at welterweight, so I do feel that Siler coming into this should be in good condition and everything. But Scheffel training over at Fusion XL with the likes of Philip Rowe and others has not fought since February of last year. And he's taking a gigantic step up in competition. He's going along the likes of Wesley Golden, who we know from the regional scene, and an 8-15, a 15-92 Jay Ellis. And now he's going up to a Steven Siler, who, yes, he's taken quite a bit of battle scars, but still, I think this is a really, really good fight here. I really like to see how Bubba's going to handle the veteran in Siler, while also how much Siler has left. I think this is a big proving point for both these fighters. Really looking forward to this one. I like for my pick, I do like Scheffel. I like Bubba in this position quite a bit. I just think that he is going to be the more dominant wrestler here. It's kind of where I'm leaning in quite a few of these fights. I think the more physical wrestler is edging, which is interesting for a Showtime fight to talk about the wrestling so much. But I can tell you that the wrestling will not be discussed in the next fight as much, because this next fight I think is going to be a stand-up war, and someone I think is going to sleep in round number 1. We've got Logan Woods making his return to MMA off of a tough loss to Ozzy Diaz by knockout. It was just a little bit of a case where I'm wondering if Woods got a little bit of a foot injury or a leg injury after one of the kicks, because he was kind of hesitant on a few kicks after having one checked by an elbow of his opponent. And ironically, he was coming off of a win against Ben Parrish. It was an injury for Ben Parrish, a leg break, but we've seen how Ben Parrish has moved on since then. And it'll be interesting to see how Logan Woods does going up against Adam Vigil, who is 4-0 in MMA, has not fought MMA since 2017. He went over to pro boxing for a little bit, but has come back, looks to be in tremendous shape, really, really good shape. And I'm curious if this fight doesn't end in the first round, how that affects Vigil moving forward in the fight. But against a guy in Woods, also likes to strike, likes to go for the KO himself. I'm curious to see how he comes off of that KO, how his confidence is. He was definitely very confident going into his last fight. And I anticipate he will be going into this fight. I think that, again, it's great when you can say on 3 or 4 fights that's a potential fight of the night. This one, I don't think hits the ground. I think this is going to be a striker's delight for however long it goes. Both guys legit finishers. I personally like I like the overall demeanor, the confidence, and what I've seen out of Adam Vigil. My biggest problem is that he's been off of MMA for nearly 5 years, but he has stayed active in combat sports and looks to be in tremendous shape. But Logan Woods, definitely a scrapper. I think this fight is a potential fight of the night. Definitely going to want to tune in for that one. We're moving on to the co-main event here. Another really good fight here. Just the co-main event is just, I think, a really tremendous fight here. I really like both these guys. Ago Huzik, who we know from LFA and other organizations, taking on Ignacio Capella. I'm hearing some very, very exciting things about Ignacio. Looks to be coming into this fight very confident. 6-1 for the Spaniard here out of MMA Team Barcelona. He looks the part. He's really looks to be a tremendous prospect. Lost his debut, and since then, actually lost his debut and his one amateur fight. Since then, has gone 6 straight. Has some KOs by punches inside of the first round. Faced a decent level of competition as well. Really seems to be gradually increasing that level, and he's going against a guy in Ago Husek who I really do respect, the Bosnian Dragon. I apologize. Did lose his last fight in February of 2021 with LFA. That was against Brant Moore, and his other losses coming to Brody J. Not familiar with, but Aaron McKenzie got knocked out by him in the second round. McKenzie was able to grind him down, which I don't think will be Ignacio's route, but. This is a fight where I think Ago really has to look to kind of make this a full MMA fight. I think if it's a straight up stand up bout, he's going to be at the end of a lot of the punches of Ignacio, who looks to be a little bit bigger. I think a little sharper and more accurate with his punches. I really like Ignacio here. I think Ignacio is a future Dana White Contender Series participant. I think he's got a lot of excitement to him. Knockout here in the lightweight co-main event for me for Ignacio Capella, the Spaniard. I really do respect Ago as well. I think this is a tough matchup for the 27-year-old Bosnian Dragon. Going to move on to the main event of the evening. This is another good fight for me. I do think there's some potential for this fight to maybe be dragged into a little bit of the boring route, depending on kind of the route for Jacob Kilburn. He's coming into this fight in need of a win. I will say that. He got knocked out on the PFL against Brandon Jenkins. He's only 26 years old, 8-5 though. For the killer, he's taken some rough goes of it. The switch flying knee to be put away on the PFL was definitely tough. Had a tough go of it in the UFC. But again, his losses are to high level of competition. Bobby Moffitt, Billy Quantillo, Austin Lingo even, who we not quite sure with him yet, but still looked very good in that fight. And that was a good fight. And Brandon Jenkins, he's mostly a kickboxer, but he does have the wrestling and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in his back pocket. And I'd be curious to see if he maybe goes to that in this fight. Lucas Alexander, another Fusion XL representative. So seeing a lot of these guys on this card, 26 years old as well, 6-2 overall. Last fought in June of last year, taking the win by second round. Dealt with quite a bit of grappling in that fight from Ty Calista, and stayed composed. Ended up putting away with the KO, it just really, really good stuff there. So. We will just have to see, but I am going to lean with the Brazilian here in this one ever so slightly. I do think this is a fight that I'd be interested with the odds of where it would be lined, but I'm going to go with the Brazilian. I think he's going to be a little more well-rounded. I think it actually goes 15 minutes. So with that being said, that was the little Showtime FC preview show. I'm actually going to come back real quick and make a separate video for the Fury FC video, since this is a little more of a preview and less of a betting breakdown. So I'm going to set up the call here for the next one, but that is the Showtime preview. It is on Fight Pass, so go ahead and check it out tonight. I think it's going to be some really good fights. Enjoy them. Check out Fight Bananas coverage on their Instagram page as well. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Visceral, for joining me. I will be right back, guys. Take care.